Hi guys, really sorry for the delay in our coverage of this match. Uh, New Zealand won the toss and opted to bowl first. Anyways, it's a dead rubber because both these teams are already confirmed that they are going to be playing the final of this Tri Series. So this is just a dress rehearsal for the Tri Series final, we can say. New Zealand won the toss and chose to bowl first, and they have made a few changes today. New Zealand now Adam Milne is bowling. Ruben Herman is on strike. Oh, that's a good bumper there. Nicely left alone by Ruben Herman. Another dot ball here. So a new opening pair for South Africa today actually. Luante Pretorius not opening the batting today. It was Rassie van der Tussen and Reza Hendricks who opened the batting for South Africa. And Rassie van der Tussen got dismissed by Adam Milne. So now it is Ruben Herman and Reza Hendricks at the crease. Reza Hendricks has been struggling off late with the bat, hasn't been able to contribute that much with the bat. Ruben Herman has been in very good form in this Tri Series. He was the one who helped South Africa win that previous match against Zimbabwe. That's another good delivery. Keeps low a little bit, and it's another dot ball. So Adam Milne is bowling really wonderfully here. Just one run from this over so far. Still one ball left, and very slow start here from South Africa actually. That's another good delivery and another dot ball here. Once again, the ball keeping low. Ruben Herman not able to make connection. So another dot ball to finish that over. Just one run came from that over. And South Africa are now 18 for 1 after 5 overs. So Jacob Duffy now bowling in the 6th over, and Reza Hendricks looking to flick it away. Gets it on the pads, and it's another dot ball to start the overs. Are not allowing South Africa to get away at all. Current run rate is 3.48, would you believe it? South Africa, what is happening to them? Inside the power play, not a good start at all. Jacob Duffy has been bowling really well. He's into his 2nd over actually. And this time Hendricks comes down the pitch and connects beautifully all the way for 6 over deep mid wicket. First 6 of this innings. First 6 for Reza Hendricks. And maybe this is what Reza Hendricks needed to get his confidence back. Finally, South Africa have found the 6 that they needed. Well, it has been a long time since Reza Hendricks has played a shot like that. This time it's short and wide. Reza Hendricks looking to cut it away. It's been given as a wide, so Jacob Duffy has to reload that one. It's an extra ball, extra run here. They're still in the power play actually, but a very slow start from South Africa here. They changed the opening combinations today because Luante Pretorius was just losing his wicket quite often, not able to stay at the crease that much. So they tried changing the opening pair, but unfortunately Rassie van der Tussen also got out early today. That's nicely flicked away by Reza Hendricks towards mid wicket, picks up a single and gives the strike to Ruben Herman. Surprisingly, Ruben Herman has played 9 balls and scored only 2 runs. He can be a good power hitter when he gets going, but he hasn't got going quite yet. Well, this result is not going to matter because both these teams are already in the final. This is only a dead rubber. Finals will be very important. That's flicked away by Ruben Herman. It goes past mid wicket and the ball races away for 4. So another boundary here for Ruben Herman. Full and on the pads from Jacob Duffy and wonderfully flicked away by Ruben Herman. So this is a good over here for South Africa. Maybe this can get the momentum for them. Shot again, pulled again, past mid-wicket again, into the boundary again. Ruben Herman finally starts to get going. Back-to-back boundaries. 16 runs from this over so far. Still one ball left. This is the over that South Africa needed. Last ball of the over, and that's a good delivery. Once again, Ruben Herman steadied himself to play the pull shot but not able to make connection. Another dot ball to finish that over. The power play has come to an end. 16 runs came from that over from Jacob Duffy, and South Africa are now 34 for 1 after 6 overs, and the power play is over. Well, whoever wins this match will be finishing as table toppers in this Tri Series. Maybe that is the only significance in this match, I would say. As we see a bowling change here. Mitchell Santner now being brought back into the attack. He's coming into the attack now. New bowler into the attack for New Zealand. Reza Hendricks on strike, and straight away Reza Hendricks defends towards short third man. It's a dot ball to start the over. And this time, that's another good delivery, defended on the front foot this time by Reza Hendricks. Another dot ball. Just wondering, when is Reza Hendricks planning to go after the bowlers? He's already hit 1-6, but he has played 13 balls to score 9 runs. Again, driven straight to covers. Another dot here, 3 consecutive dots to start this over. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This New Zealand team becomes so hard to beat actually when they start playing like this. Again, Reza Hendricks looking to drive, gets the inside edge onto his pads. It's another dot ball. 4 dot balls in this over. Are we going to see a maiden here? Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, that's another fantastic delivery. Pitches, turns away from the right-hander. Mitchell Santner is a master, isn't it, of these lines and lengths. One more delivery left in this over. And it's driven down the ground. It's another dot ball to finish that over. Maiden over from Mitchell Santner. What an outstanding start. Bowling maiden overs in T20s is gold for the bowling team. And South Africa are still 34 for 1 after 7 overs. Oh wait, what has happened there? What has happened? Reza Hendricks just drove it straight to mid-on. They've gone upstairs to check the run out. Well, I don't know what has happened. Something has happened there. Ruben Herman is walking back. Oh my goodness gracious. He's been given as out here. I didn't even realize that it was a run out. He's been given as out. So already it was a really good over from Mitchell Santner, maiden over, and it has ended in a run out. Ruben Herman, the man walking back. The second wicket down for South Africa, Ruben Herman. As Ruben Herman is out for 10. And South Africa are now 34 for 2 after 7 overs. It's getting from bad to worse now for South Africa in this position. Ruben Herman unfortunately had to walk back to the pavilion, and new batter to the crease now for South Africa's Dewald Brevis. They have not got the runs here, South Africa. Very poor start here to this innings. And now the new bowler, I won't say new bowler, William O'Rourke is back into the attack now for New Zealand. Will O'Rourke. And Brevis looking to cut it away, misses it completely. It's another dot ball to start the over. What has happened to South Africa here suddenly? Current run rate is 4.74. From here, South Africa need a recovery from somewhere. And Brevis drives on the up straight to covers. Another dot ball. Last 8 balls, no runs, 1 wicket. That is what has happened in this innings now. In fact, Reza Hendricks is on strike, not Dewald Brevis. 2 dot balls have been played by Reza Hendricks. He's on strike. And this time Hendricks cuts it, goes past point and into the boundary for 4 finally. Finally a boundary here for Reza Hendricks. First boundary for him. He's already hit a 6. Now this is his first boundary. Much needed boundary for Reza Hendricks and South Africa. Wait, I'm very sorry once again. This is showing it wrongly. Brevis is on strike. He has scored his first boundary. This is showing wrongly here in the scorecard. It's another very short of length delivery. Brevis is looking for the uppercut, not able to make connection. It's another dot ball. I had said it correctly that it was Dewald Brevis. Yeah, finally they have changed it here in the scorecard as well. Dewald Brevis scored the boundary there for South Africa. And here we see another dot ball. So first 4 balls, just 4 runs from this over. Good over from William O'Rourke. 2 more deliveries left in this over. And again, nicely well left by Brevis once again. It's another dot ball. Somehow though, the South African batters don't know how to find the momentum. Current run rate is only 4.85. One more delivery left in this over. At least they need to push towards 170, 180 to make something out of this. This looks like a very distant score at the moment. That's cut away by Brevis, but straight to point. Another dot ball to finish that over. So just that one boundary which came in that over from Brevis. 4 runs came from that over, and South Africa are now 38 for 2 after 8 overs. The projected scores at this rate, it's showing 95 runs, but definitely I think South Africa will get more than 95 runs. Mitchell Santner is continuing in the attack now. He's already bowled made an over to start with. There was a run out as well in that over, and now Reza Hendricks is on strike. That shot pulled away by Hendricks. It's in the gap. 1 bounce, 4 much needed boundaries these for South Africa. And finally now it is official that Reza Hendricks has hit his first boundary. He's already hit 1-6, and this is the first boundary for Reza Hendricks in this innings. This time it's shot again, pulled again, 1 bounce to deep mid wicket, picks up another single and gives the strike to Dewald Brevis. So 5 runs from the first 2 balls of this over. Dewald Brevis is on strike. And this time Brevis defends, gets an inside edge towards deep square leg. It will be another single and gives the strike to Reza Hendricks. In fact, a couple of runs completed by Dewald Brevis, good running between the wickets. So Brevis keeps the strike, 3 more deliveries left in this over. They need momentum here, South Africa. And Brevis goes for it, but he hasn't timed it. He hasn't timed it. Fielder. Oh, lands short of the fielder. And Brevis takes the single. The pressure was mounting. They've conceded the overthrows as well. New Zealand, you cannot be doing this. Couple of runs for Dewald Brevis. Should have only been a single, but the overthrows has yielded another extra run. So Brevis will keep the strike. That is good news for South Africa, but the pressure is mounting. Brevis is having to take on Santner, which is not the easiest job at all. Two more deliveries left in this over. Just 9 runs from this over so far. And that's nicely defended. Back to the bowler. It will be another dot ball, so it will remain as 9 runs from this over with 1 ball left. Last ball of the over now. Punched down the ground by Brevis towards long off. He picks up another single. Brevis will keep the strike. 10 runs came from that over, and South Africa are now 48 for 2 after 9 overs. So Will O'Rourke now continuing in the attack into his second over, and that's cut away by Brevis, and it flies all the way, does it? No, I think it's gone 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. So a nice way to start the over nevertheless for South Africa. Straight away short and wide from Will O'Rourke, and Brevis threw everything at it. He's found the boundary, brings up the 50 as well for South Africa. 50 coming up in 9.1 overs, but a good start to the over for South Africa. So a good start to the over from Brevis. Pressure on Will O'Rourke. This time it's a full delivery driven down the ground by Will O'Rourke straight to mid-off. It's a dot ball here. So good comeback, the slow ball from Will O'Rourke. I think Brevis will just go for it now. Brevis has the license to go for it. More often than not, he's a fearless cricketer. He will connect. He will hit sixes if on his day. Oh, he's looking to cut it away. Appealing for a catch. I think the finger's gone up. Another wicket goes down here. Brevis was just looking to cheekily, cutely just guide it over the wicket keeper. He's got the edge. And another wicket going down here for South Africa. Soft dismissal, you can say. He was just looking to guide it. It's taken the edge. A simple catch for Tim Cypher. And Will O'Rourke strikes for New Zealand. And it's the big wicket actually. Dewald Brevis not able to make enough contribution. He's out for 13. And South Africa are now 52 for 3 after 9.3 overs. Well, what is happening to South Africa here? No proper partnerships at all. They've started really slowly. Current run rate 5.47. They're also losing wickets without building partnerships. And now they have brought in Luante Pretorius in at number 5 for South Africa. But what is really happening here? Luante Pretorius is capable, but he can also be vulnerable to throwing his wicket away. And that's wide down the leg side from Will O'Rourke to start. So ill-directed delivery, has to reload that one. A batter like Dewald Brevis getting out cheaply like that. I mean, very soft dismissal. You won't expect these kind of dismissals from a destructive batter like Dewald Brevis. That has been the story for South Africa in this innings actually. Like New Zealand bowlers have really been on target. They've really not allowed the South African batters to score anything. That's another wide down the leg side, I think. Yes, it's another wide. In fact, the previous delivery was given as a dot and this delivery has been given as a wide. So Will O'Rourke has to reload again. Two more deliveries left in this over. Again down the leg side and another wide. So back-to-back wides here from Will O'Rourke. Again not able to get his line and length proper. And Will O'Rourke has to reload once again. Six runs from this over so far, still 2 balls left. So Will O'Rourke now coming around the wicket to Pretorius. Oh, and that's a good delivery, beats the outside edge of Pretorius. So good comeback actually, changing the angle, coming around the wicket to Luante Pretorius. And it's another dot ball here. One more delivery left in this over. And this time Pretorius flicks it leg side, picks up a quick single, and Pretorius is off the mark with a single. He will keep the strike for the next over. 7 runs came from that over and the big wicket of Dewald Brevis. South Africa are now 55 for 3 after 10 overs. Halfway mark is completed in this innings. Current run rate, the projected score for South Africa is showing as 110. It's now never going to be enough, those kind of totals. And New Zealand clearly are bowling outstandingly well here, not giving anything away. Mitchell Santner now back into the attack. Pretorius is on strike. And Pretorius hits it down the ground towards long on, picks up another single and gives the strike to Reza Hendricks. Reza Hendricks on strike. Again, cut away by Hendricks towards the through the offside. Picks up another single here. So 2 singles to start this over. Very rarely do you expect a team like South Africa batting like this in a T20 game. The current run rate of 5.52. Definitely South Africa is capable of much better batting than this. That's another excellent delivery from Mitchell Santner. Good length delivery, punched back to the bowler by Pretorius. It's another dot ball here. The bowling unit of New Zealand is simply sensational actually. This bowling unit, you need to give salute to this bowling unit. He moves across, flicks it in the air, straight into the hands of square leg, and another wicket goes down. Pretorius was looking to try and play the cute what do you say? The cute scoop shot, but he's paddled it straight into the hands of square leg. And another wicket goes down here. It's the procession going on here for South Africa. 4th wicket goes down, and Luande Pretorius has to depart back to the pavilion. His poor tournament continues with the bat. Unfortunately, Luande Pretorius departs after scoring just 1 run. Another failure for him, and South Africa are now 57 for 4 after 10.4 overs. Well, what is happening here to South Africa actually? They're just losing their way at the moment. Of course, they are in the finals already, but we don't expect a South African team to play like this, to be honest. This is really surprising. South Africa are much better than this. I think the experimentation of promoting Rassie van der Dussen to open the innings today has not worked for them. The new batter to the crease for South Africa is Andile Simelane. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Absolutely no momentum in this innings for South Africa. Definitely no one would have expected South Africa to bat like this. 2 more deliveries left in this over from Mitchell Santner. And that's punched to the back foot by Andile Simelane, straight to covers. It's another dot ball. Whenever South Africa are trying to increase the momentum, increase the run rate, they are losing wickets. And Reza Hendricks, I think it's time for South Africa to take some harsh decisions related to Reza Hendricks. That's worked away through the offside. It goes past point. A couple of runs for Andile Simelane to finish that over. Andile Simelane is off the mark with a couple. Ends that over. Just 4 runs came from that over, and the wicket of Luande Pretorius. Outstanding bowling from Mitchell Santner. And South Africa are now 59 for 4 after 11 overs. And Will O'Rourke now continuing in the attack, and straight away Hendricks drives it down the ground to mid-off. Another dot ball to start the over. Well, Reza Hendricks, I think it's time South Africa has to do something with him actually. Too many opportunities where he's not able to perform. Even today, if you see strike rate of 71.43, he has scored 15 runs from 21 deliveries. No, he has gone nowhere with his innings so far. It's driven through the offside by Reza Hendricks, straight to deep extra covers, picks up a single and gives the strike to Andile Simelane. Well, wickets are falling at the other end. Reza Hendricks has the responsibility, has to take the responsibility and play the big shots. At least bat at a strike rate of above 100. What is the use of playing an innings like this? I'm asking. I mean, definitely when they have to do something actually. You cannot continue with a batter who continuously keeps on failing actually. How many failures can you tolerate? That's a good bumper there from William O'Rourke, and Simelane lets it go. Another dot ball here. Three more deliveries left in this over. What can Simelane do? This time, Andile Simelane cuts it towards point, is looking for the single. There's no single available, so it will be another dot ball. Two more deliveries left in this over now. And this time, Andile Simelane drives through the offside towards deep extra covers, picks up a single and gives a strike to Reza Hendricks. One more delivery left in this over. 2 runs from this over so far. Last ball of the over now. And that's cut away by Hendricks towards deep extra covers. Another single to finish that over. Another quiet over for South Africa. Actually, just 3 runs came from that over. Good bowling from Will O'Rourke. And South Africa are now 62 for 4 after 12 overs. There's a new bowler into the attack now, Rachin Ravindra, and straight away, nicely swept away by Reza Hendricks towards deep square leg. And good effort at deep square leg, but he'll pick up a boundary here. So much needed boundary here for South Africa after a long time. Reza Hendricks has found the boundary to start this over. And this time Reza Hendricks sweeps again, but goes straight to deep square leg this time. So it will only be a single this time for Reza Hendricks, and he gives the strike to Andile Similane. So Andile Similane on strike, hasn't found the boundary yet so far. Has the capability to bat. Oh, that's taken the outside edge. It goes past short third man. Is it racing away for 4? The fielder running after it, but he can't cut it off. Another boundary here. Second boundary of this over. First boundary for Andile Similane. And finally, some momentum is going South Africa's way now. And this time it's a flighted delivery on leg stump, flicked away by Andile Similane towards deep square leg. Picks up another single and gives the strike to Reza Hendricks. So 10 runs from this over so far, still 2 balls left. Reza Hendricks is on strike. And Hendricks flicks it away this time. Picks up another single, looking to come back for the second. Is good running between the wickets. Good running between the wickets. Couple of runs for Reza Hendricks. And he will keep the strike. One more delivery left in this over. Reza Hendricks is on strike. Already 12 runs from this over so far. And maybe this is that over which New Zealand was looking. This is that over which South Africa was looking to target actually. Last ball of the over now. A shot pulled away by Hendricks. It's gone in the gap. Deep mid-wicket fielder comes around. It's another couple of runs to finish that over. So good over for South Africa actually. 14 runs came from that over. And South Africa are now 76 for 4 after 13 overs. So 7 overs left in this innings. Adam Milne has been brought back into the attack now. He still has 2 overs left. Picked up the wicket of Rassie van der Dussen and has amazing figures of 1 for 6 in his 2 overs. And this New Zealand bowling lineup continues to impress game after game. Andile Similane is on strike. And that's punched to the back foot by Andile Similane, but straight to point. A dot ball to start the over. The bowling and fielding of New Zealand has been simply sensational. This is why the New Zealand team is regarded as such a high team in international cricket. Their bowling, fielding, batting, everything is at a different level actually. Even in the Champions Trophy, they did so well earlier this year. Unfortunate to lose that finals. Again defended by Similane, looking for the run there, but there's no run at all. So it will be another dot ball. Back-to-back dot balls to start this over. The South African batters are asking themselves, where are we getting these runs from? Current run rate is 5.70. Adam Milne is also bowling well. Will O'Rourke is bowling well. Santner is bowling well. They are not able to find the weak links in this bowling lineup of New Zealand. And this time Similane pulls it away leg side. Deep square leg comes around. Another couple of runs for Andile Similane. Three more deliveries left in this over. Just 2 runs from this over so far. And has defended it, looking for the single. There's no single available. You cannot challenge any New Zealand fielder. They will always be at you. This is the New Zealand the world fears actually. The way they are bowling and fielding has been absolutely phenomenal. Almost a direct hit would have had Andile Similane there. So clearly South Africa are not able to get the runs here. Current run rate is 5.71. And it looks like if New Zealand wins this, they are going to top the table definitely in this Tri Series going into the final. It's that kind of a clash, this one. Again, nicely defended back to the bowler by Andile Similane. It's another dot ball here from Adam Milne. South Africa, they beat Zimbabwe twice, but unfortunately they are not able to win against New Zealand, the better team in this Tri Series. And I don't know how is that going to affect South Africa's confidence going into the final. Last ball of this over. And Andile Similane flicks it away leg side towards short fine leg. Picks up another single to finish that over. 3 runs came from that over. Andile Similane will keep the strike in the next over. And South Africa are now 79 for 4 after 14 overs. So Mitchell Santner now continuing into the attack, and that's straight through the gate. Appeal for LBW, finger goes up by the umpire. There's no reviews in this series. So Andile Similane has to walk back. Santner comes back into the attack and straight away strikes of the first ball of his last over. He has been outstanding today. Continues the good work. It was quicker through the air. Similane went on the back foot. Got hit on the pads, he's been given out and he has to walk back. There's no DRS unfortunately. So Andile Similane departs after scoring just 11 runs from 14 deliveries. And half the side back in the pavilion now for South Africa. They are now 79 for 5 after 14.1 overs. New Zealand, New Zealand, New Zealand. What a bowling performance this is. Every bowler is bowling well in this innings for New Zealand. And South Africa are having to search. Where can they get the runs from? They are not able to get the runs from anywhere. The new batter to the crease now for South Africa is George Linde. The current run rate of 5.58 for South Africa. Reza Hendricks is still there at the crease. And he has scored 26 from 27 deliveries, one of the slowest innings I've ever seen in T20 internationals. So Santner, second ball of the over. And George Linde gets the outside edge. It goes past short third man. The ball is racing away. Is it going away for 4? No, it is not. Oh, in fact, it has gone away for 4. A good effort actually by the third man fielder. But I think the ball still rolled into the fence. So straight away a boundary to get off the mark for George Linde and a much needed boundary for South Africa. And this time it's a flighted delivery. George Linde lifts it in the air and all the way for 6. What a shot that is from George Linde. It was flighted and in his slot. And Linde backed his instincts, I guess. Just went for it. He's new to the crease, but no problems. He's going to go after the bowlers. He's in with clear intent. A 4 and a 6 for him to start. And this time Linde flicks it away. And a misfield at mid-wicket will allow the single as well. So George Linde takes the single, gives the strike to Reza Hendricks. 2 more deliveries left in this over. And that's a quicker delivery driven by Reza Hendricks straight to point. Another dot ball here. So Reza Hendricks continuing to play dot balls from the other end. And this time Hendricks flicks it leg side towards long on. Picks up another single and Reza Hendricks will keep the strike in the next over. 12 runs came from that over and the wicket of Andile Simalane. Mitchell Santner has completed his spell, 2 for 26 in his 4 overs. South Africa are now 91 for 5 after 15 overs. So 5 overs left in this innings. Will O'Rourke back into the attack, and that's a slow ball smashed away by Reza Hendricks through the offside. Deep extra covers coming around. A couple of runs to Reza Hendricks to start the over. So Reza Hendricks on strike now. And this time he pulls it away. It's in the gap. 1 bounce, 4 towards deep mid wicket. Much needed boundaries coming here for South Africa. 2 short from Will O'Rourke. And Reza Hendricks punished it. Only his 3rd boundary in this innings and a much needed one. So I think now Reza Hendricks has maybe taken a decision that he has to take the responsibility and go after the bowlers now. 4 balls left in this over. 6 runs from the first 2 balls of this over. Oh, this time it drives down the ground. It goes in the gap. It goes past covers. Is this racing away for another boundary? Yes, it is. Back-to-back boundaries here for Reza Hendricks. And brings up the 100 for South Africa. 100 comes up in 15.3 overs. And a good start to this over from Reza Hendricks and South Africa. Three balls left in this over. This time it's a slow ball pulled away by Reza Hendricks towards mid-wicket. Picks up another single and gives a strike to George Linde. So the last couple of overs have given some momentum to this innings for South Africa, but they need to finish well. At least try and push towards 150. 150, 160 maybe. Can be a competitive score, something to bowl at, and this is a very funny game actually. 160, 170 can be an in-between score to chase down for New Zealand. Two more deliveries left in this over. George Linde has played 3 balls. He has scored 11 runs. That's a wide down the leg side from Will O'Rourke. Has to reload that one. Extra ball, extra run. Already 12 runs from this over. Still 2 balls left. So 2 balls left in this over now. That's on the patch, flicked away by George Linde towards deep square leg. Picks up another single and gives the strike to Reza Hendricks. 13 runs from this over so far, still 1 ball left, and slowly now the current run rate is 6.57, but South Africa need more than that actually. Last ball of the over now. Reza Hendricks on strike. That's a slow ball, leading edge towards covers. It will be another dot ball to finish that over. What an end to the over. What a last ball that was from Will O'Rourke. Dot ball to finish that over. 13 runs came from that over. And South Africa are now 104 for 5 after 16 overs. So 4 more overs left in this innings now, and can South Africa get that finish which they want? New Zealand bowlers have been absolutely phenomenal so far. Jacob Duffy now back into the attack. He still has 2 overs left. George Linde on strike, and Linde hits it down the ground to mid-off, takes a quick single, and they've completed the single and gives a strike to Reza Hendricks, who has stayed patiently actually. Right from the start of this innings, Reza Hendricks has been staying there at the crease patiently. And he has had a good knock today, we can say, but of course needs to learn to bat a little bit more fast actually. That's another good Yorker. Hendricks flicks it leg side. They're looking to come back for the second. Again, good running between the wickets. Quick to seize the opportunity and pick up another couple of runs. So Hendricks will keep the strike. 4 balls left in this over. A shot this time, pulled away by Reza Hendricks. Deep mid wicket is there, it will only be a single. And gives a strike to George Linde. Another full delivery. Linde drives through the offside again. Picks up another single towards deep extra covers. And gives a strike to Reza Hendricks. Just 5 runs from this over, and Jacob Duffy once again continuing to impress. To bowl a 17th over so economical like this deserves appreciation. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Reza Hendricks is into the 40s, is on strike. Cut away by Hendricks and a good catch at covers. And another wicket goes down, I guess. Yes, another wicket goes down. Hendricks was looking to cut it over the cover fielder, but he's hit it straight into the hands. And New Zealand fielders never miss these kind of catches. Terrific catch there at covers. I think it was too high for Hendricks to cut it over the top. He's hit it straight into the hands. He will be disappointed, but Reza Hendricks has played a good knock. He has runs under his belt today. Reza Hendricks is out after scoring 41 from 37 deliveries. And South Africa are now 109 for 6 after 16.5 overs. Well, this has been an excellent over from Jacob Duffy actually, and he's dismissed the settled Reza Hendricks. And now the new batter to the crease for South Africa is Gerald Coetzee, who can also hit a long ball. Just 3 more overs left after this, and it looks like it will be tough even for South Africa to reach 140, losing wickets at regular intervals. So Coetzee is taking guard here. Last ball of the over coming up from Jacob Duffy. Gerald Coetzee on strike. And Coetzee just lets it go. Has he taken the edge? They are appealing. And the finger goes up. Another wicket goes down. 2-2 for Jacob Duffy. And he will be on a hat-trick when he comes in to bowl the last over. His last over. But what a way to finish here. Back-to-back wickets to finish this over. So he is on a hat-trick, and I'm sure he will be coming back to bowl the penultimate over of this innings. And that time he will be on a hat-trick. Gerald Coetzee unfortunately came in, and he's out first ball for a duck. And South Africa are now 109 for 7 after 17 overs. Just 5 runs came from that over and 2 wickets in that over for Jacob Duffy. Well, what is happening here to South Africa at the moment? Losing wickets continuously, just as we thought that they were looking to get a good finish. Jacob Duffy has come in, he's picked up 2 and 2, he will be on a hat-trick. 3 more overs left in this innings. Luckily for Jacob Duffy, he still has 1 over left. So in that over he can bowl the hat-trick ball. But this South African innings unfortunately has gone nowhere actually. Unfortunately. But the bowling and fielding of New Zealand has been top notch actually. Top quality bowling, top quality fielding. Typical New Zealand, to be honest. And the new batter to the crease now for South Africa is Senioran Muthuswamy. But now Adam Milne. Is it Adam Milne or is it Will O'Rourke bowling now? Bowler name hasn't got displayed yet. It's a dot ball to start the over. I think Fox is bowling now. Another full delivery driven straight to point. They're taking the run. And George Linde completes the single. Every run is looking dangerous at the moment here. Another full delivery. Fox is bowling. Was looking to take the single there. Was almost a chance of a run out. But George Linde has taken the single and given the strike to Senior and Muthuswamy. And this time it's on the pads. Muthuswamy flicks it away leg side towards deep square leg. He'll also pick up a single. And Muthuswamy, in fact, he picks up a couple of runs. So good running between the wickets. Muthuswamy is off the mark with a couple. So Zachary Fox is the bowler now. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Only 3 runs from this over so far. New Zealand keep producing these bowlers, isn't it? On the pads again. Looking to help it on its way. Picks up another single, leg by single. And gives the strike to George Linde. Just 4 runs from this over. Still 2 balls left. The 2 balls left in this over. George Linde on strike. Zachary Fox coming around the wicket. Oh, that's another very good Yorker. Very good Yorker. It goes through the legs of George Linde. So another dot ball here. New Zealand bowlers are ruling the South African batters at the moment. Outstanding bowling. Last ball of the over now. Linde needs to go for the big shot. He guides it through the offside. 3 point is there. It will only be a single. In fact, he comes back for a couple of runs. And he makes his ground. So another couple of runs to finish that over. Excellent over from Zachary Fox. Just 6 runs came from that over. And South Africa are now 115 for 7 after 18 overs. So 2 more overs left in this innings. Adam Milne is going to be bowling the penultimate over. And straight away, Muthuswamy goes over the top all the way for 6 over deep square leg. How badly was that 6 needed for South Africa? First ball of the penultimate over. Muthuswamy of all people has nailed it over deep square leg. Just the start South Africa needed to this over. And this time it's a slow ball. Muthuswamy drives in the air straight into the hands of covers. So 6 and out for Senior and Muthuswamy. What a comeback from Adam Milne. First ball was a full-length delivery which got dispatched over deep square leg. This time Adam Milne has taken the pace off and bowled it slightly outside off stump. Muthuswamy looking to go over covers this time, but hits it straight into the hands of covers, and New Zealand fielders will never drop those kind of catches. So unfortunately, Senior and Muthuswamy has to depart. He hit a 6 there. He's out after scoring 8 runs from 4 deliveries. And South Africa's misery continues. They are 121 for 8 after 18.2 overs. So Muthuswamy, he got the 6 that was needed. But then next ball, he has once again thrown it away. It just sums up the day for South Africa actually, and it just sums up the bowling performance of New Zealand, which has been absolutely outstanding. Bowling and fielding of New Zealand, really salute to them. New batter to the crease now for South Africa is N. Peter. He is a pure bowler, not expected to bat much. But in this stage, he needs to do something with the bat. Finish this innings for South Africa. Here's Adam Milne. That's on the patch, flicked away by Peter towards short fine leg. And Peter gets off the mark with a single. He gives the strike to George Linde. Well, Linde has to just go for it now. Never mind even if he loses his wicket. Because it's that kind of a stage, just 9 balls left in the innings. You're not saving your wicket for anything. Need to play for the team. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Adam Milne has been absolutely outstanding as well. That's a slow ball. Linde cuts it in the air. Deep point comes around. Oh, the fumble allows a couple of runs to be completed. And more importantly, George Linde will keep the strike. 2 more deliveries left in this over. And he's cut it back down the ground once again. George Linde. Long off fielder comes around. This time it will only be a single. Long on. Oh, in fact, they give the overthrows. So another couple of runs here. Sloppy work by New Zealand. They are allowing George Linde to keep the strike. And he will keep the strike. So 11 runs from this over so far. Still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over again. Hit through the offside. This time Linde will only pick up the single to finish that over. So most importantly, George Linde will keep the strike for the last over. 12 runs came from that over and the wicket of Senior and Muthuswamy. And South Africa are now 127 for 8 after 19 overs. Meanwhile, I'm just wondering, like Jacob Duffy is on a hat-trick. He still has 1 over left. So will he bowl the last over, or is his on a hat-trick going to be on a hat-trick? There is a chance for him to complete the hat-trick, given that the batters are going to go for the big shots now, the last over. But South Africa has been struggling actually. They have not been able to. Here's Jacob Duffy, hat-trick ball. Linde looking to reverse sweep it. I think it's gone off the ground onto the keeper. So it will be a dot ball to start the over. Somehow Linde has negotiated the hat-trick ball. Good start from Jacob Duffy actually. Well, I'm not sure what that came off. Dot ball to start the over. 5 more deliveries left in this over. That's pulled away by Linde. Deep square leg is there. It'll only be a single. And George Linde has lost the strike as well. Oh dear, I feel for him actually. And now N. Peter is on strike. 4 balls left in this innings. They have not even reached 130 here, South Africa. Totally unexpected. So N. Peter on strike. What can he manage? Jacob Duffy. He's got the outside edge. It's racing across towards deep third man into the boundary for 4. This is exactly what N. Peter has managed. He has managed a boundary out of nowhere. First boundary for N. Peter in this innings. And what a time to get the boundary. South Africa somehow huffed and puffed and gone past 130 with 3 balls left in this innings. And this time it's back of the lane. Swing and a miss from N. Peter. Another dot ball here. Valuable dot ball for New Zealand at this stage. So just 2 more deliveries left in this innings now. At least Peter could have given the strike to George Linde. Again shot. Peter going for the pull shot. Again swing and a miss. Another dot ball. Back-to-back dot balls in this last over. They have gone past 130, but they haven't got the score that is required. They could have pushed towards 140. But now it is confirmed that South Africa are going to end their innings before 140. South Africa are going to end their innings below 140. That is confirmed now. So 1 ball left now in this innings. N. Peter is on strike. Helpless George Linde is off strike for a long time. That's a full delivery. He's gone for the big shot. It's in the air. It's landed safely. The batters are going to come back for a couple of runs. Good running between the wickets. Couple of runs completed. And once again, excellent last over from Jacob Duffy. Just 7 runs came from that last over. And South Africa have finished their 20 overs on 134 for 8. After that 20 overs, Reza Hendricks played a good knock. It was too slow, but he played a good knock. He scored 41 from 37 balls. And bowling wise, if we see New Zealand, Mitchell Santner picked up a couple of wickets. Will O'Rourke bowled beautifully. Jacob Duffy also bowled beautifully. Was on a hat-trick at one point. But unfortunately, for South Africa, they just couldn't get the momentum at any stage of their innings. Kept on losing wickets whenever they were looking good. And in the end, they have given something for the bowlers to bowl at, we can say. George Linde played a good hand towards the end. 23 not out from 15 deliveries. Has taken South Africa to 134 for 8 after that 20 overs. And for New Zealand to go top of the table, they will need 135 runs to win this match and pick up their 3rd win of this Tri Series. New Zealand are looking really good, and I think New Zealand can chase this total down. But it can be tricky as well because South Africa have a good bowling lineup, so we never know. It can go either way. Sometimes these kind of low targets can be funny as well. So we'll find out. New Zealand need 135 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs. We'll be back again in a few minutes to cover the run chase of this match between South Africa and New Zealand. So until then, please stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to this run chase. New Zealand need 135 runs to win. Devon Conway is on strike. George Linde has the new ball, and straight away, wide ball from George Linde to start. When you're defending these kind of low scores, you cannot afford to bowl these wides. So straight away, Linde has to reload that one. Extra ball, extra run. Conway and Seifert opening the innings for New Zealand as usual. Again down the leg side, it will be wide, and the ball is racing away for 4 as well. So very poor start here from George Linde. Has it been given as wide? Yes, it has been given as wide. Wide plus a boundary, so bonus runs for New Zealand already at the start of this innings, start of this run chase. And that's a flighted delivery. Conway hits it down the ground towards long on. Picks up a single and gives a strike to Tim Seifert. So already 7 runs for New Zealand from just one delivery. South Africa are only defending 135. And when you're defending 135, you cannot afford to give these kind of extras actually early on in the innings. So straight away New Zealand are in big advantage here already. Tim Seifert taking strike now. Devon Conway and Tim Seifert, the openers for New Zealand. New Zealand looking to win this match and go top of the table today. It's nicely defended back to the bowler by Tim Seifert. It's a first dot ball in this run chase and an important dot ball for South Africa, we can say. But it's still going to be really hard to defend this total actually. It's a nothing total of 135. Just a matter of time before Tim Seifert goes over the top this time. Over extra covers, and the catch is put down, is it? Oh my goodness. It should have been a simple catch at long off. What has happened to South Africa today? Batting. They batted very poorly, and now they have started really poorly here. 2 wides in this first over. The catch has been put down. Then you are defending this kind of a total. Oh my goodness, that was a simple catch at long off. You need to take those catches at this level. Couple of runs for Tim Seifert to get off the mark. In fact, 3 runs taken, and now Conway is on strike. 3 balls left in this over. And Conway defends it down the ground towards towards mid-wicket. Another dot ball here. How the hell did he drop that catch there? Simple catch down at long off. South Africa, I don't know what happened to them, seriously. 2 more deliveries left in this over now. And this time Conway hits it over the top of mid-off. 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. Another boundary here, second boundary in this over. 1 boundary came off the wide. Second boundary has come off the bat. Already 14 runs from this over, still 1 ball left. They are checking whether it's a 4 or a 6, but it clearly bounced and then went for 4, so it will be a boundary. 1 ball left in this over now. Shot this time, cut away by Conway. Good fielding at points. It will be another single to finish that over. Expensive start to this innings for South Africa. 15 runs came from the first over from George Linde. And New Zealand are now 15 without loss after the first over. Gerald Coetzee now is the new bowler into the attack. He's going to be bowling the second over of this innings. And New Zealand are in complete control already. 15 runs coming from the first over. That's the last thing South Africa wanted. So Conway is on strike now. Coetzee coming in, and that's a good start actually. Conway looking to flick it leg side. Gets it on the pads. It's a dot ball to start the over. The required run rate only 6.37. This should be comfortable for New Zealand here. Oh, this time Conway looking to drive. Not able to make connection. Another dot ball. Good start here from Gerald Coetzee. This is exactly what he needs to do. Maintain a tight line, tight length. This time Conway comes down the pitch, drives in the air handsomely through the covers for 4. So Conway realized that if he's staying at the crease, he's not able to make the connection. So might as well come down the pitch and hit it over the top. Devon Conway is looking in good touch here for New Zealand. And this time back of the lane, Conway defends it towards covers and picks up a single. Gives the strike to Tim Seifert. Already the current run rate of New Zealand is 12 actually. And I think we are looking at a one-sided match here. One-sided run chase by New Zealand unless South Africa does something really special, which is looking very tough at this stage. If you don't get enough runs on the board, you will pay for it any day. And I think that is what is happening to South Africa today. Of course, all is not lost for them. They still have a final to play against this same opposition. Seifert goes for the scoop. How did that miss the stumps is the big question. It's another dot ball here through to the keeper. One more delivery left in this over. Oh, looking to pull it away, but it's wide down the leg side. Been given as a wide. Extra ball, extra run. So this over has been a little costly as well for South Africa. 6 runs from this over already. Still 1 ball left. New Zealand doing this easily here. So last ball of this over now. Tim Seifert on strike. And that's on the pad. It's flicked away by Seifert. It's going away towards deep fine leg. And another couple of runs to finish that over. 8 runs came from that over from Gerald Coetzee. And New Zealand are now 23 without loss after 2 overs. The new bowler into the attack for South Africa is Kwena Mopaka. 7 matches, 5 wickets, economy of 10.30, best figures of 2 for 38. And he's going to be bowling to Devon Conway. Conway straight away drives in the air as the catch been put down again. Oh my goodness gracious me, what is happening here to the South African fielders? Conway has completed the single, but that was another catching opportunity, I think. And this time the fielder is Devald Brevis. Simple catch put down, and Conway has taken the single again and given the strike to Stem Seifert. Very poor fielding here from South Africa straight away. And this time Seifert cuts it in the air towards deep point, picks up another single and gives the strike to Devon Conway. So what is happening here with South Africa's fielding? Already 2 catches put down. Oh, that's a good length delivery. Well left by Conway. Another dot ball here. Unless South Africa take wickets, it will be really tough for them to give any sort of fight in this run chase. It's again. It will be very tough for South Africa to give any sort of fight in the second innings. As we see, Conway looking to drive through the offside, gets an inside edge back to the bowler. It's another dot ball. Just 2 runs from this over, still 2 balls left. Good over from Kwena Mapaka, should have had the wicket as well. Again Conway drives, deep third man running around, cuts it off, it's just a single again. And gives a strike to Tim Seifert. So in fact, couple of runs completed by Conway, so he's on strike now. 4 runs from this over so far. Last ball of the over, and Conway defends it. So it's another dot ball to finish that over. Just 4 runs came from that over, and New Zealand are now 27 without loss after 3 overs. So Coetzee now continuing into the attack, and Seifert goes in the air straight away. Is there a catching opportunity? Again goes down. And another couple of runs completed. Nothing is sticking in the hands of the South African fielders today. The 3rd catch which has gone down here. Seifert was going for the big shot. I think he has the license to go for the big shot because 10 wickets in hand. Fielder was running backwards. Unfortunately, again not able to get a hold of that catch. So a couple of runs completed, and Seifert is still on strike. And Seifert comes down the pitch this time, looks to cut it away, but not able to make connection. Another dot ball. I think Tim Seifert is in that mode that he doesn't care actually. Even if he gets out, he's going to go after the bowlers. 10 wickets in hand, required run rate 6.36. So you have the license to go for it. That's pulled away again by Seifert, and it's in the gap, and 4 more. This is exactly what I was talking about. Tim Seifert has made up his mind that he's just going to go after the bowlers now. He doesn't care even if he gets out. So many batters still to come for New Zealand. 2 shot once again from Gerald Coetzee and punished by Tim Seifert. Slow ball again from Gerald Coetzee, clubbed away by Tim Seifert towards deep mid wicket for 4 more. Back-to-back boundaries here for Tim Seifert. And the equation is down to a runner ball now. There's a slow ball from Gerald Coetzee, but it doesn't matter when Tim Seifert is there at the crease. Whether it's a slow ball or a pace on delivery, it is going only one way into the boundary for 4. That's another short ball from Coetzee, and it goes over the top of the batter, over the top of the keeper, and the ball races away for another boundary. Bonus runs in this over already. 15 runs from this over, still 2 balls left. It is a wide plus a boundary here. Doesn't matter how they come as long as they come for New Zealand. And this time it's a full delivery. Seifert hits it down the ground towards mid-on, picks up a single and gives a strike to Devon Conway. "16 runs have come from this over already. Still 1 ball left. Conway on strike, and that's a better delivery. It will be a dot to finish that over. But 16 runs came from that over from Gerald Coetzee. And New Zealand are now 43 without loss after 4 overs and looking very comfortable in this run chase with 10 wickets in hand. So Kwena Mapaka now continuing into his second over, and that's a good delivery on a good length, defended back to the bowler by Tim Seifert. A dot ball to start the over. So Tim Seifert has the license now. He moves across, cuts it away towards deep point. Picks up another single and gives a strike to Devon Conway. So it looks like New Zealand are going to continue their unbeaten run in this Tri Series by winning this match against South Africa. And the last match they have against Zimbabwe, which is an easier opponent compared to South Africa. And Conway going for the lap shot, but not able to make connection. This time it's a dot ball. Good bowling here from Kwena Mapaka. Generally, I've seen actually New Zealand against South Africa in important matches. New Zealand have always dominated South Africa in important matches of tournaments. Whether it is a Tri Series or whether it is an ICC tournament, New Zealand always dominates South Africa. That's a full delivery. Conway goes over the top of mid-off and finds another boundary here. It's been that kind of day for South Africa. Everything is evading the fielder. No luck at all. Another boundary here. Third boundary for Devon Conway in this run chase. And looking really strong. Two more deliveries left in this over. This time Conway drives down the ground to mid-on, picks up a single and gives a strike to Tim Seifert. When you are defending these kind of scores of 135, you need early wickets, but that has not happened for South Africa. Too many dropped catches as well, simple catches going down. Very poor fielding. I don't know what happened to South Africa actually. It looks like they have not turned up for this match. Last ball of this over. Again driven down the ground by Seifert towards mid-off. Picks up another single to finish that over. 7 runs came from that over. 50 comes up for New Zealand. And New Zealand are now 50 without loss after 5 overs. So current run rate 10 runs per over, required run rate only 5.67. New Zealand clearly bossing this run chase with 10 wickets in hand. South Africa having no clues whatsoever. Dropped a few catches which should have been taken. They could have had a few wickets by now, but this opening partnership has done well for New Zealand actually. And there's a bowling change now. New bowler into the attack for South Africa is Andile Simelane. Tim Seifert is on strike. And straight away Tim Seifert hits it in the gap. Good fielding at mid-on. It'll only be a single. And Seifert gives the strike to Devon Conway. So Conway is on strike now. Andile Simelane coming around the wicket to Devon Conway, and Conway swings and misses there. Oh, in fact, he's taken the outside edge. Oh, there was a very quiet celebration from Andile Simelane and a very quiet appeal. The finger has gone up, and the first wicket goes down for New Zealand. It did take the outside edge. And a good catch by the wicket keeper. And finally South Africa have managed to break this opening partnership. But is it too late is the big question. Conway was going for the drive. Only managed to get the outside edge. And a good catch by the wicket keeper. So first wicket down for New Zealand. A good innings from Conway has come to an end. Devon Conway departs after scoring 19 runs from 18 deliveries, and New Zealand are now 51 for 1 after 5.2 overs. So would you believe it, Andile Simelane has picked up the first wicket for South Africa. But we can say that the damage has already been done by the opening partnership. The required run rate is only 5.73. A new batter to the crease now for New Zealand is Rachin Ravindra. Another wonderful batter. 4 balls left in this over. Finally, South Africa getting that breakthrough which they needed. And this time Ravindra drives down the ground to mid-on and straight away gets off the mark with a single. Gives the strike to Tim Seifert. Three more deliveries left in this over. Tim Seifert is on strike. And this time good length delivery, nicely defended by Tim Seifert towards point. It's another dot ball here. Two more deliveries left in this over. 2 runs from this over so far, and that should be a wide. I think Similane tried the slower delivery. It's pitched and gone over the top of the batter. It's given as a wide delivery, so he has to reload that one. Two more deliveries left in this over. That's a full toss, flicked away by Seifert. It's gone in the gap. And again, ball racing away. Again, good fielding at deep mid-wicket. Another couple of runs for Tim Seifert. Five runs from this over so far. Still 1 ball left, and the wicket of Devon Conway also in this over. I think it's too late actually, because required run rate is within reach for New Zealand, unless South Africa take a flurry of wickets, put more pressure on New Zealand. Last ball of the over, and that's hit back to the bowler. It's another dot ball to finish that over. Good over from Andile Similane. 5 runs came from that over and the wicket of Devon Conway. The power play is completed. New Zealand are 55 for 1 after 6 overs. The new bowler into the attack now for South Africa, Senior and Muthuswamy. Rachin Ravindra is on strike. And straight away Ravindra goes for the sweep. They are appealing for LBW, but I think is going way down the leg side. So is given as not out and a dot ball to start this over. It was a good shout actually for LBW, but it will be not out. And this time Ravindra punches it down the ground towards long off, picks up another single and gives a strike to Tim Seifert. And this time it's a full delivery driven down the ground by Tim Seifert towards long off, picks up another single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. Good bowling here from Senioran Muthuswamy. 2 runs from the first 3 balls of this over. This time Ravindra comes down the pitch and hits it down the ground, picks up another single and gives the strike to Tim Seifert. Two more deliveries left in this over. Again punch to the back foot by Tim Seifert. Towards deep extra covers, picks up another single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. New Zealand don't mind the singles now, they are in control of this run chase. One more delivery left in this over, Rachin Ravindra on strike. And Ravindra comes down the pitch, hits it in the air. Has he got an opponent? You know he hasn't. The catch is taken at long on. Well, there's a really good over here from Senioran Muthuswamy. The pressure was building, I think. I don't know what was the pressure actually. I don't think there was any pressure. Only 4 singles were scored in that over, but I don't think there was any pressure on Ravindra to play that shot. That shot wasn't needed, to be honest, because the required run rate is under 6, but Ravindra went for it. Very good catch down there at long on. Sees the end of Rachin Ravindra. Rachin Ravindra departs after scoring just 3 runs, a rare failure for him today. And New Zealand are now 59 for 2 after 7 overs. So just 4 runs came from that over from Senioran Muthuswamy and the wicket of Rachin Ravindra. New Zealand are now 59 for 2 after 7 overs. I mean, like I was saying, that under pressure, the pressure was building. That's why Ravindra went for the big shot. I'm not sure what is the pressure about. Still, required run rate is 5.85. Without any big shots, they can do this, New Zealand. So the new batter to the crease now for New Zealand is Mark Chapman. And if only South Africa had taken their catches early on in the innings, there could have been more pressure on New Zealand now. As we see a new bowler into the attack, N. Peter is the new bowler into the attack. Leg spinner, good bowler, N. Peter. Tim Seifert on strike. And that's down the leg side, a wide to start. You cannot afford to be bowling these wide balls. Already required run rate is less for New Zealand, and you just cannot afford to bowl these wide balls at this stage, conceding extra runs. This time Seifert flicks it leg side, picks up a single and gives a strike to Mark Chapman. Can South Africa quickly pick up another wicket here? Create some panic in the New Zealand dugout. And this time Chapman also drives down the ground to long off, gets off the mark with a single and gives a strike to Tim Seifert. So barring that wide, it has been a good over so far from N. Peter. Obviously Lungi Ngidi and Andre Berger not playing today for South Africa. Maybe they might play the final. because they did well in the previous match against Zimbabwe. Even Corbin Bosch is not playing today's match. South Africa have made quite a few changes actually in this match. Maybe just experimenting things. Seifert goes for the reverse in the air, and it goes in the gap and into the boundary for 4. So the pressure was building on New Zealand, but Seifert has released that pressure with the boundary. Third boundary for Seifert in this run chase, and an important one for New Zealand. Shot this time, cut away by Seifert. Deep extra cover is there. It will only be a single, and gives a strike to Mark Chapman. Two more deliveries left in this over. Shot again, pulled away by Chapman towards deep mid wicket. It will only be another single, and gives a strike to Tim Seifert. 9 runs coming from that over, still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over now. Punch down the ground by Seifert. Straight to covers. It's a dot ball to finish that over. Just 9 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 68 for 2 after 8 overs. And Senior and Muthuswamy now continuing in the attack. Chapman goes for the sweep. There's a misfield at deep mid wicket, and it goes through the hands of the deep mid wicket fielder into the boundary for 4. So the poor fielding of South Africa in this innings is continuing, and the over starts with a boundary. First boundary for Mark Chapman in this innings. And this time Chapman hits it down the ground towards long on, picks up another single and gives the strike to Tim Seifert. 5 runs from the first 2 balls of this over, and New Zealand doing this slowly and steadily. Just 62 more needed for New Zealand. Oh, it's appealing for LBW. Umpire says not out. There's no reviews. There's no DRS. So it will remain as not out. I need to have a look at the replay actually there. I think that's going down leg. A very good decision by the umpire. Another dot ball here. 3 more deliveries left in this over. And Seifert hits it down the ground towards long on, picks up another single and gives a strike to Mark Chapman. And this time Conway drives down the ground towards long on. Mark Chapman drives down the ground towards long on. Picks up another single and gives the strike to Tim Seifert. I mean, like both Conway's stance and Mark Chapman's stance is looking like a same batting stance actually. That's why I mentioned Conway there. Anyways, Mark Chapman picks up the single and gives the strike to Tim Seifert. The 7 runs came from this over, still 1 ball left. And this time Seifert again flicks it away leg side towards long on. It's another single to finish that over. 8 runs came from that over. Seifert will keep the strike. And New Zealand are now 76 for 2 after 9 overs. "59 more runs needed for New Zealand." And it looks like George Linde has been brought back into the attack. Bowled a very expensive first over. Conceded 15 runs in the first over of this innings. He's back into the attack now. And Seifert cuts it through the offside. Towards long off. Picks up another single. And gives the strike to Mark Chapman. Cut away again by Chapman towards deep extra covers. He'll pick up another single and give the strike to Tim Seifert. And this time Seifert drives over the top. Good effort down there at long off, but it goes through the hands, and to add insult to injury, it's also run into the boundary for 4. So another boundary here for Tim Seifert. 4th boundary for Tim Seifert in this innings, and it's becoming easier now for New Zealand to chase this down. This time cut away by Seifert towards deep extra covers, picks up another single and gives the strike to Mark Chapman. 7 runs from this over so far, still 2 balls left. And this time Mark Chapman cuts it, punches it off the back foot towards covers. Another dot ball here. 1 more delivery left in this over. 7 runs from this over so far. Required run rate only 5.11. New Zealand doing this easily. This time Chapman goes for the slog sweep. Gets an inside edge. It's another single to finish that over. 8 runs came from that over from George Linde. And New Zealand are now 84 for 2 after 10 overs. Senior and Muthuswamy now continuing in the attack. Chapman comes down the pitch, is it in the air? There's no timing. Fielder comes underneath it and takes the catch at deep mid wicket. Another wicket goes down for New Zealand. It was a good partnership which was building between Mark Chapman and Tim Seifert. But Chapman has looked to go for the big shot. Didn't get enough timing on it. And once again it is that man, Senior and Muthuswamy. Strikes for South Africa here. And South Africa silently still fighting here. 3 down now, New Zealand. Second wicket for Senior and Muthuswamy. And Mark Chapman departs after scoring just 10 runs from 9 deliveries. New Zealand are now 84 for 3 after 10.1 overs. Again we go back to that point. If only South Africa had taken their catches early on in this second New Zealand second innings. If only South Africa had taken their catches early on in the New Zealand second innings, maybe New Zealand could have been in a deeper trouble now. The new batter to the crease now for New Zealand is Daryl Mitchell. Senior and Muthuswamy with this happy knack of picking up wickets. South Africa should have put a little bit more runs on the board and they could have made a match out of this. Daryl Mitchell on strike now. And Mitchell drives down the ground towards long off, picks up a single and gets off the mark with a single. Gives a strike to Tim Seifert. And that's cut away by Seifert, straight to covers. It's another dot ball here. So South Africa still making New Zealand fight for these runs. Oh, that's on a length, good length on the stumps, nicely defended back to the bowler. This is excellent bowling from Senior and Muthuswamy. Yet again we are seeing a left arm off spinner bowling wonderfully well. And this time Seifert hits it down the ground to long on. Picks up another single and gives the strike to Daryl Mitchell. So I'll come back to my point. If only South Africa had scored 160, maybe they could have made a match out of this. The last ball of the over now. Daryl Mitchell on strike. And Mitchell drives through the offside, picks up another single towards deep extra covers. In fact, they are coming back for a couple of runs. Good running between the wickets. A couple of runs to finish that over. 4 runs came from that over and the big wicket of Mark Chapman. And New Zealand are now 88 for 3 after 11 overs. So George Linde now continuing into his third over, and Seifert flicks it away. Leg side towards deep mid wicket, picks up a single. and gives the strike to Daryl Mitchell. Oh, Scasey cleaned him up there. Oh no, I thought he had cleaned him up. Mitchell was looking to play across the line. Missing it altogether. Another dot ball here. So a tense period going on here for the New Zealand batters. They need to be very careful here. Suddenly now the South African bowlers are looking deadly dangerous. Again, that's a very good delivery defended back to the bowler by Daryl Mitchell. It's another dot ball here. So still South Africa fighting here, not giving up. If they can pick up another couple of wickets maybe. Put more pressure on New Zealand. Oh, that's chipped in the air, down the ground. Towards long on for another single. Daryl Mitchell living dangerously. Unfortunately, South Africa don't have enough runs to play with. But still they are fighting here. And maybe this can give them confidence going into the final of this Tri Series against the same opposition. Two more deliveries left in this over. Tim Seifert is on strike. And he's hit it in the air. Has he got enough timing on it? It's in the gap. One bounce, four. Superb shot there from Tim Seifert. Inside out over extra covers. Never easy to play those kind of shots. Another boundary, fifth boundary for Tim Seifert, and he is releasing the pressure here for New Zealand. The last ball of the over now, 6 runs from this over so far. And he's hit it down the ground. He's hit it down the ground. It goes towards long on. Another single. Another single taken by Tim Seifert. So with that single, the over has come to an end. 7 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 95 for 3 after 12 overs. Tenuran Muthuswamy now into his last over, and straight away Seifert cuts it down the ground to long off, picks up another single and gives the strike to Daryl Mitchell. Daryl Mitchell on strike. And this time Mitchell flicks it away towards long on, picks up another single and gives a strike to Tim Seifert. So happy to do this in singles now. That's all New Zealand need. The required run rate is just 4.96. Oh, quicker delivery there. Seifert looking to flick it away. Not able to make connection. Another dot ball. 3 balls left in this over. And Seifert comes down the pitch and he's got enough on it, all the way for 6. Over long on. And with that 6, Tim Seifert brings up his half century. He has scored 52 from just 38 deliveries with 5 fours and 1 sixer, a strike rate of 136.84, and he is bringing this home for New Zealand now. And this time Seifert punches it back to the bowler. It's another dot ball here. But dot balls are not going to matter now. New Zealand are ahead in this run chase. Tim Seifert has scored a wonderful half century. And again going back, then South Africa needed to take their catches early on in this defense of 135 runs. That's again cut back to the bowler. Another dot ball to finish that over. 8 runs came from that over, and New Zealand are now 103 for 3 after 13 overs. So with that 6, Tim Seifert brought up his half century. The 100 came up for New Zealand. New Zealand just need another 32 more runs from 7 overs to win this match and go top of the table in the points table. So N. Peter now has been brought back into the attack. Mitchell on strike. And that's a wide down the leg side to start. Not a good start from N. Peter. Has to reload that one. Extra ball, extra run. And just 31 more needed now for New Zealand. It's short and wide, cut away by Mitchell, but straight to point. A dot ball here. Mitchell comes down the pitch this time, flicks it down the ground to long on. Long on comes in. And good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Daryl Mitchell. And the target is now under 30. New Zealand just need 29 more runs to win this. They're doing it easily now. Mitchell again comes down the pitch, flicks it leg side towards deep mid wicket. This time it will only be a single and gives a strike to Tim Seifert. So Seifert is on strike now. 3 balls left in this over. Oh, looking to flick it away, gets the leading edge. Back to the bowler. It's another dot ball. Good bowling here from N. Peter. Seifert this time comes down the pitch. Has he got enough on it? You bet he has. All the way for 6 over long off. Another 6 here for Tim Seifert. Second 6 for him in this run chase. And just 22 more needed now for New Zealand. Outstanding knock here from Tim Seifert. So 10 runs from this over so far, still 1 ball left. Tim Seifert, my goodness, what an innings. This time Seifert cuts it away, picks up another single, and he will keep the strike for the next over. Ends the over. 11 runs came from that over from N. Peter, and New Zealand are now 114 for 3 after 14 overs. Just 21 more needed now from 6 overs to win this for New Zealand. So this has been a good partnership between Daryl Mitchell and Tim Seifert, a partnership of 30 from 23 deliveries. And it's taking New Zealand to victory here. So Gerald Coetzee has been brought back into the attack. And straight away Tim Seifert flicks it away towards square leg, picks up a single and gives a strike to Daryl Mitchell. So just 20 more needed now for New Zealand. And Mitchell also flicks it leg side now. He's taking quick single and he completes the single anyways. And now the requirement is under 20 for New Zealand. Just 19 more runs needed now for New Zealand. This time full delivery driven through the offside by Tim Seifert towards mid-off. Picks up another single and gives the strike to Daryl Mitchell. 3 balls, 3 singles in this over. Still 3 balls left. And Mitchell goes for the paddle shot and gets it away. Past deep point leg into the boundary for 4. So doing it easily now. First boundary for Daryl Mitchell in this run chase. And just 14 more needed now for New Zealand. Two balls left in this over. And he hits it down the ground. Daryl Mitchell, he wants to finish this in a hurry. Straight down the ground for 4. Back-to-back boundaries here for Daryl Mitchell. Just 10 more runs needed now. 11 runs from this over already. Still 1 ball left. And New Zealand getting closer to their 3rd win in this Tri Series. One ball left in this over, and that's a short ball over the top of the batter. It's been given as a wide. So Coetzee has to reload that one. An extra ball, extra run. "12 runs from this over already, and it's down to single digits now for New Zealand. New Zealand just need 9 more runs to win this. Last ball of the over. And Mitchell just drives it down the ground, picks up another single. and finishes the over. 13 runs came from that over. Daryl Mitchell will keep the strike, and New Zealand are now 127 for 3 after 15 overs. Just 8 more runs needed for New Zealand now, and they are close to another win here in this Tri Series. South Africa made a few changes to their playing 11 today, and it has clearly not worked. So definitely for the final, they will bring back Corbin Bosch, they will bring back Nandre Burger, they will bring back Lungi Ngidi, that was their main bowling attack. So of course, Senior and Muthuswamy should also continue in the playing 11. But for now, Kwena Mapaka has come back into the attack. And straight away Mitchell drives in the air towards deep extra covers, picks up another single and gives the strike to Tim Seifert. Now the only question is whether New Zealand will finish it in this over or whether they will finish it in the next over. That is the only question. Because just 7 more runs needed now, and New Zealand will not want to stretch it too much. Kwena Mapaka coming around the wicket to Seifert. Oh, and that's a good delivery. Seifert looking to pull it away. Gets hit on the thighs, I think. It's another dot ball here. South Africa can chin up a little bit. They tried too many experimentations in this match. Nothing worked out, to be honest. First of all, Luan de Pretorius was demoted down the order in the batting. That also didn't work out. And then even in the bowling department, too many changes, to be honest. They might go back to their original plan for the final. Seifert drives in the air towards mid-off. Picks up another single and gives a strike to Daryl Mitchell. And New Zealand are now 1 hit away from winning this. Just 6 more runs needed now for New Zealand. Daryl Mitchell on strike now. Oh, that's a bumper there, bouncer there. It's been given as a wide. So another extra run here. There's 5 more needed now for New Zealand. So is Daryl Mitchell going to be looking to finish it in this over maybe? The 3 balls left in this over. And that's chipped in the air towards long on. Picks up another single and gives the strike to Tim Seifert. So 4 more runs needed now. 4 runs coming from this over. Still 2 balls left. It is again the only question is whether New Zealand will finish it in this over or whether they will take it to the next over. Tim Seifert is on strike now. And that's down the leg side, helped on its way by Seifert towards deep square leg for 4. So Tim Seifert has answered my question. I had asked whether New Zealand will finish it in this over or whether they will take it to the next over. Tim Seifert has said, "Why are you worrying, man? I am here to finish it in this over." Hits the boundary, finishes the match, and New Zealand have picked up their 3rd win in this Tri Series, and they have beaten South Africa here by 7 wickets. A comprehensive win, we can say. New Zealand thoroughly outplaying South Africa in all 3 departments. Unfortunately, South Africa, they had to bat first today. Their innings just couldn't get going. South Africa only managed to post 134 runs on the board, and it was never going to be enough. Even while South Africa were trying to defend the total, too many dropped catches straight away. I think around 3 or 4 dropped catches. Around 3 or 4 catches went down in this second innings, and in the end it was simply phenomenal from New Zealand actually. Tim Seifert finishing with 66 not out from 48 deliveries with 6 fours and 2 sixes, and Daryl Mitchell also 20 not out from 15 deliveries, seeing New Zealand to the target, as New Zealand have won this match here by 7 wickets, and they are now confirmed as the top of the table in this Tri Series in Zimbabwe. So outstanding win here for New Zealand, once again showing why New Zealand is a powerhouse in world cricket. They are now 3 out of 3 in this Tri Series, and they still have 1 match left against Zimbabwe, and that will only be another practice match before the Tri Series final against South Africa. So South Africa's matches are over in the group stage of this Tri Series. South Africa will next play New Zealand in the Tri Series final on Saturday. Meanwhile, New Zealand will play another match in a couple of days' time against Zimbabwe. But for now, a good win once again by New Zealand, winning this match here against South Africa by 7 wickets and confirming themselves at the top of the table now, and New Zealand going really strong, looking really strong, going into the last couple of matches of this Tri Series, we can say. So we'll be back again to cover more cricket matches in our channel. So until then, take care guys, cheers and good night.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.